What is up, homies? Coming to you from Austria with the goods from Evelyn Weiss's mastermind. In this video, I'm going to share some codes that we got at this amazing 2-day event. I have no idea what time it is. Alexander does not either. we time zones really messed us up. Some nights we slept, some nights we didn't. I think we come back tomorrow. Not really even sure. But high level, this event was amazing. Evelyn is amazing. If you've ever been in her like low ticket communities, which she's like the low ticket queen, and she's an ads expert, and she's a wizard and incredibly smart. But she also really cares, and I think that is just made obvious in all of the attention to detail and the little things that made an in real life event awesome. And yeah, she over delivered once again, like you might expect if you know Evelyn at all. And yeah, and so in this video, I'm just gonna literally share the notes that I scribbled as I was trying to listen and take in all the gems, and share them with you, and hopefully these will be valuable. You know, we paid a good penny to be here. Also, Evelyn is building this thing into, this will be a $100,000 a year mastermind. So, and she's already delivering it like it is. So we're going to be sharing that with you right now. And like I said, I'm just going to talk through my chicken scratch, and hopefully this will be valuable. So one of the things that she talked about, which I think it's maybe just common or becoming more common, but she uses YouTube, and that's one of the reasons that we wanted to come here, is like we want to learn YouTube more, and we're pretty new on YouTube. And she talks about a YouTube flywheel, and what that looks like is when you think through like what is the way that I would describe it is like the ecosystem where people get to know, like, and trust you. They can consume content, and YouTube is that place where people will spend hours with you watching your content. And so being able to be consistent on YouTube and find a pattern there that works for you is really important, especially going forward in 2025. And so this is just sharing. I'll talk a little bit about this artist versus CEO idea in a second. But first, the YouTube flywheel is really just looking at how to build out your personal brand. And another big insight here that Evelyn has been doing for many years, and you've probably heard, but sometimes we need to hear it a couple times. Building your email list is incredibly important. And that was really iterated at this mastermind again in a lot of different ways. But also just with, TikTok being banned, a lot of people lost their businesses with that. And also there's new rules that are coming in with Meta and Chrome that's going to change change ads once again, just like iOS 14 did a few years ago. There's new changes to Chrome and pixeling data that is once again going to change ads and the cost per lead. And Meta's pretty good at finding roundabout ways, but it's just like another reminder, invitation to really focus on building your list. And so creating freebies is a high priority and a first thing that should be in your business if you don't have that already. So that's a little bit about that. Evelyn also shared like some insights into her, like how she thinks and how she gets so much done. And I think like one word that was said a few times is just like efficiency. And Evelyn is like very efficient. And that's how she's able to get as much as she gets done in about 6 hours a day. So that's kind of like how much she works. And I think like something to note as well is like she can do that now because she's put in the reps for so many years, and she has the base and the foundation. And the longer you're in this business, um, the easier it gets because you have assets, you're able to create faster and easier. So sometimes, if you're newer, that's not going to be the case for you, right? Uh, there's like a lot of effort and creation required to get to a spot where you can be really efficient like that. Um, but yeah, she shared like one new thing that I've done recently is I bought a little timer for myself, and that was reassuring or validating, knowing that that's what she does as well with her time, and just in the mornings, thinking about what is it that you have to do, putting it in a list, and then giving each task like a little time, like how long you think it's going to take, and then doing your best to go through the list, eat the frog, do the big things first, and pay attention to your time. So that was a thing. And then a prioritizing filter as a priority is like looking at doing the things that have dependencies. Sorry, that is my wife sending me messages letting us know that our puppies are getting picked up today. Not our puppies. We were puppy sitting. Okay, so prioritizing number one, like any dependencies. So if something needs to get done in order for something else to get done, that's like a priority. And then secondly is anything that will have the most leverage. So what is the thing that I could do that would generate the most leverage, and then that goes to the top of the list. So I thought that was interesting. Talked a lot about AI and something, Evelyn's just really leaned into AI tools, and being a leader in your niche, in your industry, and applying AI is going to benefit you in every industry, right? AI is here. It's transforming the way that we do everything. And right now there's a great opportunity to learn AI and then to implement that into your business and to find unique ways to use it to save time and and basically to be more efficient. And so big opportunity, be a leader, be a learner, and that was really clear here. Big focus on building your personal brand. So looking for speaking opportunities, thinking about how to position yourself as an authority, getting onto podcasts and running ads, getting exposure. Yeah, these were kind of like 3 points in one of her sessions, just around leveraging AI to be efficient, prioritizing filter, so how to organize your days and time it, and then a little conversation about personal branding being one of the most high leverage things that you can do. All right. This was an interesting idea. So like us and like what we coach and teach on is having one offer but 2 tiers. And what that looks like is either a one-on-one offer or a mastermind offer, a high ticket, something that's high ticket, high touch, and then a low ticket offer, something that has more scale. And Evelyn is like the queen of low ticket, and I wouldn't self-proclaim to be the king of high ticket, but that's what we know and that's what we've done for a long time. And so it's interesting. We're learning low ticket, and then Evelyn is stepping into a high ticket space. And there's like lots of crossovers of ideas. And if you're focused on high ticket, there's some low ticket ideas you do not want to do. And the opposite is true as well. And so I think, just like being really clear and intentional on which idea to focus on. But this idea is, I thought was cool. So your community, which could be a free community or your low ticket communities, Evelyn looks at that like a research lab, in the sense that it's where the people are, you can have a lot of people implementing, taking action, giving feedback, asking questions. And it's like that is from there, from those communities, and from that is where the ideas are coming of what to create, of content to create. And I thought that was interesting, like looking at it like a research lab, because then you're like, your hands are in it. And then the mastermind, or the higher ticket, what people are typically paying for is they're paying for proximity. And just that's like an interesting distinction. And then that idea led into this, like thinking about what kind of business leader do you want to be? What kind of business model do you want to have? And Hormozi was talking about there's kind of two paths. There is the artist, or there is the CEO. And the CEO is the one who is going to build a system, build something that scales, builds a team. And then the artist is like the practitioner, or the the person who enjoys the craft and mostly just wants to do that, right? And so like understanding, are you more of an artist, or are you more of the CEO? And anytime I'm presented with like a binary option, my brain naturally resists that, I think, or fights that. And I feel like I fit, and we fit in both categories. Like I like being an artist. I like doodling on my little iPad. Um, but also I want to build a business that has more freedom, and that requires systems. And so developing a systems mind. And what I'm finding is by building a business with the CEO frame, it's creating more space for me to be more of the artist. And so I like the idea of more so like, yes, there's the CEO and the artist, but in the middle, there's this maybe a hole in the market, or just a different version. And maybe you resonate with this, or one of the other ones, but wanted to put a third option in here as the like creative leader. So you're creative, but you're also like a leader and a builder, and you're kind of a blend of both of these things. So this is where I would fall. Curious about yourself. Which one are you? More of an artist, more a CEO, or maybe somewhere in the middle? Um, a good little metaphor that Alexander dropped in when we were talking about this is the way that we're building our business is kind of like a rocket ship, where in the beginning it needs like all thrusters going, and that's kind of like we've been building and firing on all cylinders, and but then eventually the business gets out of the atmosphere, and then it drops the shuttles, and the rocket just kind of starts floating off into space. And that is what we're doing with me. So I'm kind of the rocket that's getting launched, and being able to be freed up to create more. And that's only a function of the systems that we build, and then the team that we have to help and support with that. So anyways, that was like a big idea. I talked a little bit about this already, but new changes coming to ads, and with Chrome, basically Meta's not going to be able to track with pixels, and so there will be less data going back to Facebook, and which will make the cost of ads go up and the quality of the leads go down. And yeah, Evelyn's like thinking on that is, well, like always then, I'm going to continue to build my email list, and I'm going to build my email list more aggressively than I was before, which looks like freebie campaigns and creating campaigns to grow the list. And then additionally, which she didn't say directly, but it kind of picked up on, is YouTube ads will be a focus. And I'm not sure if she's running them yet, but I think that that's where the focus will shift, or at least diversify. So it's not just Facebook and Instagram. So we'll be following that one more closely. So one of the main reasons I wanted to learn from Evelyn is we've been using the workshop that doesn't matter strategy for years. It's one of the best for high ticket offers. Um, and if you don't know what the high ticket workshop is, it's basically you run an ad, you do a workshop, but most people don't show up. Like 20% of people will show up live. And that means 80% of people who opt in never get to see an offer. But we did just put this page right here, and everybody who opted in for the workshop, we made an offer. Like perhaps you'd want to book a call, and typically 10% of people would book a call. And what that means is before the workshop even goes live, if we had 100 people come in, we would have booked 10 appointments before the workshop ever goes live. And in that way, the workshop doesn't even really matter because we've already booked our appointments. And so this works really well for high ticket. What we're learning is like, how do we apply this to low ticket? And I won't go into all the details of this, but the one big insight for me was how she's structuring it, and it's like it's so simple, and just like no fluff or complicated funnels. It's just like what's the most simple implementation and structure, and one thing that she did that we weren't doing that we're going to be doing is like I used to create a new workshop every month or almost every month, and and then I'd make a new one, and then I'd make a new one, and I'd use them as trainings. But what she did, which is brilliant, is she just toggles a switch and turns it into a replay and uses the same ad, the same page, and she just changes the emails and and then also isn't creating a new workshop every month, but rather perfecting one workshop every month and making it better and better and better and better. And so I really like that idea. Simplifies things, and also extends the life of your work. You know, it can get exhausting continually creating new workshops and trainings and ideas, and this actually just is like just one that works as a lead magnet, as a freebie, and then secondly, you get better and better at presenting it and perfecting it. And so this was kind of a good unlock for me around workshops. And last idea here, this is mostly just talking about, this is some of the ideas like for us, talking about our trust flywheel and how all of these pieces fit in. Yeah, where we have 3 communities, and I think how we're going to set this up is we have our free community and email, and then I think we're going to close our low ticket community and open it maybe once a month, and then we have our mastermind where we cap that at 100 people. And so that feels good, focused. So that was a little download. And then the last thing I'll share with you in this video was a structure for content going forward. And it was really looking at with this one. So if you do one workshop a month, you got on 2 podcasts a month, and you did 1 YouTube video like this one that I'm shooting right now a month. All of these can be set up in a way where the long form content can be chopped up into short form content. And this to me just seems really doable. 1 workshop, 2 podcasts, and a weekly YouTube video. Very manageable. And from that, you'd be able to generate 30 clips or so. If every 10 minutes you had 1 good hook and idea, you should be able to generate 30 short form clips from that. So that's like a good little structure. This is kind of what it looks like. Workshop, weekly YouTube video turned into daily reels and stories. Me brainstorming some workshop ideas. And last thing that we learned a little bit about viral Instagram posts. And I'm not gonna lie, something about that game just kills my soul a little bit. But also, I get it. There's a part of the game that, you know, creating the content that I want to create is one thing. Creating a content that my audience or the people that I'm trying to serve want is another thing that I care about. And finding the balance between doing those two things is, yeah, kind of the game of the content game. And a good frame for that was, let's say I have something really valuable that I want to share. There's that piece, and then the most important piece is that with that piece of content would be the hook, the first 3 seconds, which feels like a bit of the game, but a good metaphor for this, I think, this is from Hormozy. He's like, you can try and feed a dog their medicine, or like the food or the medicine that they don't want to eat raw, or you could wrap it in some bacon. And the dog's definitely going to eat it if it's wrapped in bacon. And probably your ideal client is going to eat your content if you wrap it in a good hook. And so, message received on that one. A little framework for the content is hook, story, call to action. Good little reminder for me to update the bio. It's maybe 6-9 months old, so good little nudge. Time to upgrade the bio, upgrade the highlights, some new pinned posts, focusing on results, and making a clear distinction between, which content is there to go viral and which content is there to convert. These are some good hook ideas, which are if you're moving in the first 3 seconds, so walking, drinking coffee, eating, any kind of movement will help with the hook. Okay, I think that's it. Those are my notes and some of the downloads from this mastermind. It was amazing. Evelyn's amazing. Vienna is amazing. The cheese wieners are awesome. We're going to go explore Vienna on our last night here and make the trek home tomorrow. So that's it. I'll see ya in the next one. Peace out.